Choice, Vegas world title, Jack, stadium fight, major stadium fight in the UK with Degale.
I think I've been focused on Jack for so long. I think, I'd love that, and people saying, Jack, can you get him over here? It wouldn't faze me at all. I'd probably prefer to go to Vegas and fight him. It's what, I think every young boxing dreams of fighting for the world title in Las Vegas, but either way. But then you look at, I think me and Degale, for me personally and in Britain, is the bigger fight than me and Jack. So I think it's a good win for me. Either way, they're both big fights for me, and one that I feel got the beat with the two of them, giving me opportunity. So again, I think if they fight, I'll good luck to the two of them, and I think it's a good win for me, whoever comes out on top.
Fight Club 25, we in here, man. Callum Smith, man, you just heard him in the interview talking about Badou Jack and James Degale. As you all know, he's awaiting those two guys to fight and have their unification match so he can fight the winner. Callum Smith beat this guy, Muhammadi, about 3 fights ago in the final eliminator and became the mandatory for the WBC title, which is held by Badou Jack. But as I said before, the mandatory can take place. They want the unification to happen first. So, he's waiting on those two guys, man. And it's frustrating because I don't know what's going on with that fight, man. You could go back to my video, Badou Jack versus James Degale in Las Vegas, man. They've been in negotiations for quite some time, man. I don't know what's going on. And I guess neither does Callum Smith, man. He's just in the cut, waiting for those guys, man. And while he's been waiting, he's had 2 stay busy fights after Muhammadi, after his final eliminator. He's fought Reynoso and another dude on the Canelo Smith undercard. And he did away with those guys like he was supposed to. The interesting thing about the guy he fought in his final eliminator, Muhammadi, this was a guy who's never been stopped. And Callum Smith stopped him. This is a guy who also went the distance with James Degale back in 2012 and with the full 12 rounds. Callum Smith stopped him in 1 round. In fact, I'm going to play that footage at the end of this video, man. So keep listening. So James Degale is very, very, very aware of the presence of Callum Smith, man. James Degale is on record saying that Callum Smith is a wicked talent, man. But James Degale had an excuse for why he went the distance with Muhammadi. He said he was injured, but that's what they all say. That's what Pacquiao said after the Mayweather bout, man. So I take that with a grain of salt. But for those of you who don't know about Callum Smith, man, he is the brother of Liam Smith. He has 2 other brothers. They all box. He's the youngest of his brothers. He has a record of 21 wins, man, 16 of them coming by KO. He holds the WBC silver super middleweight title, the British super middleweight title, and the European super middleweight title, man. And out of all of his brothers, man, they all box. He's the only one that remains undefeated. We seen Liam Smith get dismantled by Canelo Alvarez this past weekend, man. So that's who Callum Smith is, man. He's an established guy in the super middleweight division. He's a threat to anybody. He's 6'3". He's a big dude, man. And he has his eye on one of those dudes, man. James Degale, Badou Jack. He's coming for you, man. And another thing I want to mention before I close out. He's been paying close attention to Gilberto Ramirez, man, who's the WBO super middleweight champion. Callum Smith says he rates Gilberto Ramirez, man, and he's paying close attention. He believes that him and Gilberto Ramirez will clean out the division and they will eventually face off, man. So Callum Smith, man, he has a vision for his career. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. I have James Degale beating Badou Jack. And if that's the case, then Degale will face off with Callum Smith, man. Does Callum Smith get past James Degale? That's the question, man. I think it's a 50-50 fight that could go either way, man, to be honest with you. I think it's a 50-50 fight, man. But you guys, you know, let me know what you think about that in the comment section, man. And like I said, I got this footage about to come on. So you guys, man, sit back, man, pull out your popcorn. Well, you don't even have time to watch your popcorn, man, because that's only 1 minute, man. You dig? Fight Club 25.
You run into trouble and that's what happened. But Muhammad, every time Smith lands cleanly, he's got to go now. Every time he lands cleanly, this guy's all over the place.
He's erratic and he's unpredictable.
Come back with one.
He does, and that's a couple of times I think he's rattled Smith. Whether he's hurt him or not, but he's certainly got his attention. They said in training for this one, he's erratic and unpredictable. That's why they brought in James Smile, the English super middleweight champion, who's got a style that's similar, because you don't quite know what he's going to do next. And the lovely body shot there from Smith, but Mahmoudi is soaking it up. But then a couple of right hooks.